Okay, where's the fort? There's one fort right there, and then there's one further back. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right there at the top. Look at my finger. Right there. I don't know if y'all can see that fort.
That's that hurricane, not the hurricane, that thing broke it down. The thing that's killed 200 something people.
Oh.
The earthquake broke this
The earthquake broke it down.
The earthquake broke it down. You can see it is way over there to control the other side of the country. To control the
So
other
that
side.
one control the other side.
That's one control the other side.
Towards Port-au-Prince is
Yes,
that way,
Port-au-Prince
right?
is that way, yeah.
Port-au-Prince is over that way. It's remind me of Lord of the Rings, bro, I'll tell you. When the enemy comes, they would signal. They would signal. They would signal. Clouds. Lava. This is clouds. That's not dust. I know you think it's dust, but it's clouds, brother. We hide.
I was not the one who said that, bitch. You said that look like dust. We tell you there's cloud because what the brother was doing, we can see the enemy, but the enemy cannot see him because he was in the top. So that's a good war tactic. You understand? So the brother was a very smart, very intelligent.
Henri Christophe?
Brother. Yes, Henri Christophe.
You told me about the stuff with the uniform, how he was changing.
Yeah.
Uniforms,
Yeah, you got some. Yes, Shalom Israel. We way up there right now at Citadel. Henri Christophe, that guy was a very smart guy. Because if you look at right here, what he did is, this is the highest hill, this is the biggest hill in the country. So he built 3 forts. He built this one to keep an eye on the enemy this way, if the enemy come in. He built one in the middle. The one in the middle is actually the one that signaled those 2 big ones when they saw the enemy. But he built, I don't know if you can see the one way over there. He built that one to keep eyes on Port-au-Prince, which is the capital. So that's what he did. And that, the only thing I can say about this guy, he was beyond his time. Yeah, he was way beyond his time. You should see the weapon. He put a weapon on each window to keep the enemy out, just in case the French decide to come back. You know what I love about him? He know he had enemies. He know our forefather know they had enemy. Today, we the one, this generation is the one today we think the so-called ministry friend, our forefathers know they were the enemies. They know. So the same way today, we gotta wake up to know who the enemy is. They are not your friends. Our forefather kicked them out. Our forefather built this for us to keep us safe when the enemy come. So now today, we as prophet of Mosai, our job is to remind our people, to wake up the people to know who the enemy was. The same way our forefather know who the enemy was. Today, we must know who the enemy was. Right. We built the nation of Israel. That's what you're looking at right now. We built the nation of Israel.
Inside the mountain also, over the climb up, you see, you got 2 forts like this. You cannot see them about the climb. It's called them Fort Rivière and Fort Capua. It was there to protect Plateau Central.
By the way, if you look at way over there, the 2 hills, there's always 2 forts on top of that too. Because remember, his goal was, those are the highest mountain in the country. So he have to keep the country safe. He have to keep eyes on the enemies. As I was talking to the tall gentleman, he was explaining to us one of his tactic was when Bonaparte come to attack them, he had his soldiers keep changing uniform.
I mean, to spy on them?
To spy on them. To come to make war with them. He had his soldiers keep changing garment, keep changing uniform. And it was a smart tactic. The reason he was doing that, so the enemy could think that his army was bigger than it is. So what the enemy does, he go back to his general, he told his general, I cannot fight with this guy. His army is too big for us. That's a very smart man. Our forefather, he was a very, very smart man. Today we dumb. We forgot. Our forefathers was a very smart man. So your guys should take really proud, very proudful to be an Israelite. very powerful to be an Israelite, because our forefathers, those are the things that they don't teach us in school. Those are the things, that's the history that they hide from us. Because right now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the biggest fort in the world. That's the largest fort in the world. And this thing built by hand, remember when this thing built, there was no cement. There was no such thing called cement. They use animal blood, they use mortar to build this thing.
So this isn't like El Muro, the whites forced the slaves to build that. This
Yes.
was freely built by the
This was
slaves.
this was not built by the white men forced us to build this in slavery. This was freely built by us to keep the so-called white men out of our country. That's what this was built. When they're slave free, we built this to keep them out, to keep the French out after the revolution, so they won't come back. As you know, Esau always tried to come back. So we
Hey,
built
what
this.
happened with the marble? The tour guide mentioned something about marble, how they were stealing it from the fort.
There was a place, like a history place, where we buried one of the princes. That was his brother-in-law was a prince. So when Henri Christophe built it, he actually built it with marble. What did Esau do? Esau come and stole all of them.